Hello, welcome. So today we're going to talk about number lines, specifically with fractions. I'm using mathlearningcenter.org. It's a great website to use some virtual manipulatives with students. As you can see right now, I have whole numbers, right? But I can go here to this pinwheel and change it to fractions, which I want to do. And I want to work with fourths. So I'm going to select fourths here. And then at the bottom with my spacing, for third graders, I find it effective to use larger spacing. So you can do larger spacing. I want to start at the number zero because some of our students don't understand that the first number is zero. It doesn't have a value, but that's our starting point when we count. So it's really zero, one, two, three. But many times they just always start one, two, three, right? Then I'm going to go to done. One of the things that I think would be a great idea here would be to use this feature down here where you see like two little tick marks with two shades, which covers the number line, right? And from here, I can do some great activities with my students. One of the things I can do is I'm going to uncover my whole numbers. So I can talk to my boys and girls. Say, like, look, boys and girls, you see a number line here? I have zero, I have the number one, and I have the number two, right? So I want to ask you a question and I want you to think about it. Which which fraction do you think is in would go in that tick mark? And I'm going to give them some time to think about it and then drop it in the chat box using a waterfall feature. Waterfall is when we all share at the same time. So the students enter their answer in chat box, but they do not press return or enter until I say the word waterfall. So when the teacher says waterfall, it begins to rain answers, right? Then I can check for understanding. I said, well, let's check. So you should have written 2/4, or if some of you wrote 1/2, that is also correct, right? I might ask them, all right, I want you to think about this one. Which fraction would go in this? Actually, you know what? Let's go here. Which fraction would go in this space here, right? So I'm gonna let my students think. I'm gonna give them some time to, answer their in the chat box. I'm gonna use waterfall again, and I could tell them, all right, ready? One, two, three, waterfall. And then I'm gonna see their answers. I can check to see who has understanding, who needs more support, and then I'm going to uncover it and say 1/4. Great, right? The next number I want to focus on would be this one. And again, I'm going to go with that routine about getting some time to think, type it in the chat box, use the waterfall so it'll rain answers, and then uncover our answers, right? 3/4. Next thing I might want to do is something like this. So what goes in here? What number would go there? And again, give them some time to think, type in their answer, whichever way you want to do it. I like to use waterfall because it just makes everyone accountable. Students are not waiting on other students, and then I can show the answer. Some students might say 6/4, which is correct. So I'm going to acknowledge that 6/4. Some of them might say 1.5, and we could talk about a little bit about their all equivalent, right? The next one I want to do is 1 1/4. The reason why I want to do that is I want to start students off always with my benchmark fraction of going 1/2 and then going the fourth and then the 3/4. So technically, when I work with students and I do this activity, I start off in the following manner. I want to start off with halves, then go to fourths, and then go to 3/4 because these are our benchmark fractions. And we want our students to really get a solid foundation of this. It'll really help them with fraction sense. It'll also really help them when they compare numbers because they can relate to, hey, how are things to a half, to a fourth, to 3/4. So these are great fractions for them to get a solid foundation in. Thank you. Hope you like this video.